What's going on, all you wild espionage enthusiasts? Your two favorite wild action heroes are back tonight. We're here to review the brand new Netflix movie from the Russo brothers. Who? The Russo brothers. That's right. They're back with this huge blockbuster. Should have been a cinematic experience, but Netflix paid a lot of money to put this directly on the streamer, and it was released this past Friday. That's right. We were talking about The Gray Man. The Gray Man, yep. It's starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, two huge actors, obviously. Chris Evans coming off playing Captain America, and then you have Ryan Gosling, everybody's favorite. He can do anything. He's played everything from the nerd to the, really like a felon. He can do anything, and this is his time to shine. And he's the full-fledged action star in this movie. And it's starts out much like a Mission Impossible, Born Identity type movie. It has that feel throughout the film, where we're first introduced to, it's basically a scene of Ryan Gosling 6 in prison. He's talking to Fitzroy, this guy who's talking to him about his past and everything, how he wound up in prison, and he has an interesting proposition for him. Basically he's going to let him out if he will join the CIA. Fitzroy, played by Bob Thornton, who serves as kind of, his leader in this film, the guy he trusts in, sends him out on missions and everything. And the story all starts out at the beginning, and it shows Agent Six, out on a mission, dangerous mission. And we get the first huge, big action scene there in the beginning, and it really sets the tone with a lot of neon colors and like a dance. It's at a dance party, very vibrant colors, and it had a lot of feel of an 80s action film, didn't it?
It really did. That's what had grabbed me right away. I loved all the vibrant colors. I love Gosling's red suit, looking all suave. He's basically, he's in prison, and as you're saying, Billy Bob showing up to get him into the CIA and this kill squadron, and he's like this assassin named Six. So really high stakes in this, and like getting out of prison, do all these jobs, and it's more and more. And then we've seen this in all the 80s action flicks. It's always this type of situation, and you're trying to get out of a bad situation, doing some bad things by killing some people off just to wipe the slate clean. But it doesn't always work out that way, and it really sets up a great cast of characters in this film. I love Ryan Gosling, one of my favorite actors to this day. Everything he puts out, it's always something different, like you were saying, comedy, action. He could be a heartthrob in a rom-com. He does everything. So it's really cool seeing him as an action star, really setting up some really great action set pieces in this one particular scene in the airplane was balls to the wall, over the top, ridiculous, and something you'd want in a movie like this. And he really shows what he can do as an action star. It's pretty convincing.
The Russo brothers definitely brought their sense of action, back from the Marvel films, obviously from the Avengers movie, from the second Captain America, Winter Soldier. That was a big action film, and it really has the feeling of a big blockbuster action film. They are great at directing action, and this film is, action set piece after action set piece with Ryan Gosling at the lead. He sells it the whole time. He's the tough guy. He knows how to kick ass and do all this impossible, crazy stuff. Feels huge. But every great hero needs a great villain, and that's where we're introduced to Chris Evans there, Lloyd Hansen, who's basically this, sleaze bag of a guy who doesn't have any shame. He's hamming it up. Chris Evans with the mustache, just playing, the typical 80s douchebag villain in this film, and is a really good balance to Six's character, Ryan Gosling. And I love their two interactions with each other. They're both trying to one up each other, who's got the bigger nutsack. And it's a fight to the death basically throughout this film between the two of them. And love the chemistry of them together and how much they hate each other, and where the film all, comes to a head between them. Also in the cast, we get Danny Miranda, played by Ana de Armas. Again, she's popped up in a lot of these action films. She popped up in the last Bond film. Let's throw her in this one too. She kicks ass too. She's believable as kind of a tough chick, behind the scenes, the girl that is helping out Six on these missions. And then you get Billy Bob Thornton, and I liked him in this role too. He felt like, the older guy who's, been with Six and has his trust. And, there's the plot in the movie has something to do with Fitzroy and what happens to somebody that he loves. And that's when Six has to come kind of save the day for him. But yeah, I had such a terrific time with this movie. I read a lot of the reviews before this, a lot of negative reviews, and was kind of, my expectations were lowered. I was kind of bummed out, but I went in and watched it Friday. I was looking to have a good time. And I didn't really have too many qualms about this movie. It was exactly what I wanted, a big action film, two great actors at the top of their game, and a lot of awesome action sequences and beautiful, directing from the Russo brothers. And I felt like The Gray Man delivered on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of great comedy in this movie as well. Really great atmosphere. Kind of going back to when these two characters started talking on the phone. You had Lloyd and Six is like, you know what, Lloyd, I don't think I like you. And then they meet for the first time, like a cliche, bad guy, good guy meet up, in their face, all close, talking shit to one another. He's like, yeah, Lloyd, I don't like you after meeting you. There's a lot of funny parts, but the stakes were high, having to do with this agent's daughter they're trying to, save, and really has this relationship between Billy Bob and Ryan Gosling's character. Chris Evans, really awesome performance here, powerhouse performance as the villain, really kicking it up a notch from a character we haven't seen before. Just he's having a great time in this role, playing the villain, just having so much fun with it. And all these action scenes with him and Gosling look very believable. I'm sure there's a lot of stunt doubles, but all the fighting sequences in this film are really amazing. I thought they look good. Even the visual effects CGI looked really great in this, and a lot of great music. Introducing Anna de Armas's character, she's always badass woman. In this movie, she was like a missile launcher at the end of the movie. Just knocking out these towers and stuff like that. It's just really great. It reminds me of 1980s Die Hard, Predator kind of movie. Just balls to the wall action, never lets you go, and just a fun movie to watch during the summer season. Definitely a summer blockbuster in my opinion. I wish this would have played in theaters, but hey, Netflix works too. But this is a movie, didn't really know what to expect. Only watched one trailer. It looked like it was going to be fun, but I really had a great time with this. It was actually better than I imagined. And it's probably a movie I would definitely rewatch again. So that being said, I'm going to give The Gray Man, that's now streaming on Netflix, a 4 out of 5 Ryan Gosling hair pieces.
The Gray Man was dope. I had a great time with it. What an awesome film. Throwback to the 80s. It felt like Sylvester Stallone, Van Damme, those movies, a throwback to that. It's just a fun, yeah, exactly. Swayze, Roadhouse, exactly. One of those fun, kind of over the top action movies, leave your brain at the door, just have, mindless entertainment and fun with the action going on stream. They didn't pull any punches either. Like you said, the fight scenes were really hand to hand, really brutal in your face. You feel the punches, the sound, the scope of the movie, the way it was shot, all the action sequences, just a huge, awesome movie. I loved how the film ended, of course, the musical choice there. We won't mention it, but what I'm talking about. Just felt like a fun summer blockbuster. And it's one that I want to revisit. And I hope that we get a franchise out of this. I checked right before we shot this just to make sure. And yes, it indeed is number 1 on Netflix. So hopefully everybody is watching it, and we're able to get more of these films because it's fun. And, who knows who they can bring in for the villain to go against Six next time. I want to see more of these, awesome actors that you wouldn't think of pairing together. And this is a perfect kind of movie to see, these great young actors together and bring them together in an interesting way. So with that being said, I'm going to give the Russo brothers, The Gray Man, a 4.5 out of 5 spy hair pieces. We had a great time with The Gray Man. Everybody should check it out when you guys do watch it. Or if you watch this review, leave us a comment, and don't forget to click like and subscribe to our page. We're back every week doing, several videos, almost a video every night. So we love doing this. We love reviewing TV and movies, and we've got a lot more on the slate. Plenty of summer blockbusters and TV show premieres to come. So stay tuned to these Wild Boys channel.
We're coming to the end of summer almost. We got probably another month. So summer blockbuster season, more coming out, and then we'll be diving in the fall season with lots of great TV shows and movies coming out as well. And obviously 31 Days of Horror and all that fun stuff. So lots of projects and good times ahead. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for the review of The Gray Man. We had a great time watching Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans duke it out one-on-one, both with some great facial hair in this movie, great tracksuits. So until the next Cinefellas movie review, I'm Henry Hill.
And I'm Logan Myers.
And as we like to say when we sign out, cheers!
great everything, really. Just great to look at. Some heartthrobs on the screen. So.